Hi, I'm Brian Rippey, Sales Director of the BYD Material Handling Program. Today I'd like to talk business case, cost of ownership, the dreaded words, how do you sell a more expensive forklift to your customer? As we know, BYD has a revolutionary technology on its hands here. Our batteries run forever. They charge in an hour, 60 minutes. They last for the life of the truck and even well beyond that. They don't require any battery maintenance. There's no watering associated. There's no liabilities. There's all these tremendous advantages to what we have over the competition. So how do you tell that story to your customer in a way that he understands and can translate literal economic value to? So he in turn can help sell his bosses on the concept and get everyone to buy in and buy your BYD trucks. So what I've done for everyone out there in our dealership network is developed a few simple tools that you can use to, one, lay out the customer cost, what it actually costs to own a forklift, start that conversation with your customer, and also then spell out the economic advantages. So I'm going to show you two things today. One's an Excel spreadsheet where you can plug and play different data points and actually build a business case, and the other would be a PowerPoint presentation, a real simple one where you can plug that information in and have a nice, professionally looking presentation so that they can in turn take that and show it around to their other stakeholders at that business. Let's get started.
Okay, folks, here's the short version of the ROI calculator, propane versus BYD. First, we put in how many trucks the customer has or is considering replacing. Then we go and put in the annual hours. The more the better for us, anytime we're looking at this scenario. Look at our term, about 5 years. And we can look at that through a lease or through a total cost of ownership basis. Heading on over here to the truck capital cost. How much does this truck cost to buy? Well, they call their local dealer and they'll sell them a propane truck for $24,000. BYD will sell an ECB 20, let's call it an ECB 16 for $42,500. Fuel cost. That customer is running the wheels off their propane trucks. They use about a gallon an hour, or they go through a canister about every shift. And last they checked, they paid $1.65 for propane. With our trucks, you guys figured this out, that they went through that battery in about one shift. So you can kind of guess, work your way through it, that they use about 2.5 kilowatt hours per hour of electricity. Más menos, the number here. And we're looking at 12 cents a kilowatt hour. So it costs about 30 cents an hour to get that truck to move around and up and down. O&M cost, this is maintenance. So on a fixed maintenance basis over 5 years, your competitor's going to go and bid that out at, let's say, $1.85 on a propane truck. And you're going to have to get aggressive and be at about $1 an hour for maintenance over that 5-year period, up to 15,000 hours. Whoa, that's a lot of hours. Actually, your competitor's probably going to be somewhere around $2.10. And you're going to be somewhere around $1.10. Some other options here. These are just for discussion. Different soft costs that are built into this decision-making process that this calculator does not capture. So we put in all of our inputs here. We've said how much the truck costs, what the size of the fleet is, and what our fuel costs are, our maintenance costs. Now we go and look at the results. Does this make sense or not? Purchase scenario. Over 5 years on a total cost of ownership basis, we're all used to seeing these graphs. I'm going to spend a lot more up front with BYD, but I'm going to save a ton on maintenance, and look at my fuel costs here are dramatically lower. So over a 5-year period, I'm going to save my customer $17,000. If I want to look over here over a different term, I can put in 7 years, I can put in 6 years, I can even put in 3 years if I want, and see if my customers saving or making money with BYD. Heading over to my simple payback tab. This is something that a CFO would look at. They say, hey, if I'm going to go spend a bunch of extra money on some forklifts and then save money every year, how quickly am I going to make that money back that I spent originally, incremental to what I'd planned on spending? So in this case, with a fleet of 20 trucks, at about 2.5 years, you make your money back. That's a pretty good return on investment as far as payback period. 2 years tends to be the go, no-go decision. This IRR is another good one. Anytime that's over 15%, CFOs tend to get excited. 33% is pretty impressive. Of course, one big advantage I have comparing to propane is my residual values, looking at a lease scenario, are much stronger. Therefore, my lease payment is going to be higher, but not as high as the customer expects it to be. So this helps. We'll take a look at this here real quick. If I have a $24,000 propane truck and after 15,000 hours of use, most dealers are going to, assign maybe a 15% residual on that. Stuff starts to break, folks, when you get in that 15,000 hour range with all those moving parts in a propane truck. With our truck on the other side, we're at 35% residual based on our Wells Fargo program currently. Put the cost of money at 4% across the board. All of a sudden, you notice here on the lease payment, this is what they're paying to the third-party financer. We're higher, but not as high as you'd think. The gap has been bridged, or the bridge has been gapped, however you want to look at it. So when we look at, again, on a monthly basis, they're going to be paying some lease payment, but their maintenance cost, of course, with propane is going to be much higher than BYD, and their fuel cost, again, running all sorts of hours, that 3,000 hours a year, fuel cost is $400 to buy that propane, where if they're going to buy some electricity from their local utility through their plug, it's only $75. So look at here, folks. We're saving them $400 a month in this scenario. Pretty exciting stuff. Heading over here, this is kind of I call it the tabs are going to help kind of build our case, but even better for a customer is just to look at a summary. Here's one summary that we can use. These will print off on one page. This could be a cover page for a proposal. If the customer wants to see more, or maybe it's your operations manager that's going to show this to his boss, they can always see more of it. Let's show them just a summary first. So we look at annual fleet savings. We look at our payback period. We have some top line data. We put in some stuff here on the top saying BYD is a great idea, and maybe summarizing on the bottom that BYD's, you should really consider doing this. If you have any other questions, you can call us. We do the same thing here in a lease summary. This is kind of fun. It's a one-pager. Depending on which way the customer is going to go, this might be relevant to them. Here what we do is we show them what their actual lease payment is going to be, and then we back out the savings. So in other words, think of your payment compared to lead-acid batteries, compared to a propane truck, as this truck is paying you $29 a month. Kind of a zany concept, but a fun way to look at it. Again, a relatively higher lease payment, but you back out the savings and look what you're actually paying compared to lead acid or propane. And again, one more tab here, depending on how you want to look at it. This will show you your savings over an entire term or over the course of any given year. Again, all relevant, good summaries for your customers. Hope this was helpful.
You see, with a few simple tools, we can start asking our customers the right questions, get them thinking in the right way about the true cost of ownership of a forklift, and help them see why BYD is the way to go for them. Again, if you need this information or any other valuable material to present to your customer, please look on your dealer resource folder. Thanks.